Good evening, good evening, one and all. Welcome to the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. This is our pre-registration virtual session for spring 2026. I am your host, David Tuller, and let me just say, I am absolutely delighted to see so many of you here tonight. Now listen, if you're here with one tab open to this session and another tab open to Netflix, don't worry. We won't judge. Just stay with us. By the time we're done, you'll be feeling confident, prepared, and excited to start your next academic chapter at UCC. Tonight is all about you, making sure you get the information, the guidance, and the tools you need to register smoothly despite any challenges we've all faced recently. And trust me, UCC is ready for you. To officially set the tone for this evening, we will begin with a moment of grounding and reflection. Please join me in welcoming Pastor Lewis, who will lead us in the invocation. Pastor Lewis, over to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Shall we bow our heads for prayer? Heavenly Father and our God, we thank you for UCC and for this pre-registration program. We pray that you will bless every student and whatever information that will be shared, they will grab it and may be useful to them in their success as they try to come to learn and to understand and to reach their goal in life. Thank you for being so good. Be with those who will lead out, and may you strengthen them and give them the necessary tools that they need to share with these students. Take over and do your work yourself. And may everyone within the hearing of my voice be blessed this evening, because we ask these mercies and seek your leading. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you.
Our valued students, I'd like to welcome you to the family of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Thank you, Mr. Tolo, for your kind introduction. And I'd like to recognize all those who are joining us in person as well as online, faculty, staff, administrators, and of course, you, our valued students, and of course, importantly, our alumni, or ambassadors, and you will hear from them in a little while. Those who have walked this road, and those who are here to guide you. This pre-registration forum is about helping you to have a smooth process of getting started, especially our new students who are going to be doing this for the first time. We have provided this forum that allows you to get guidance in how to navigate. And why we want you to navigate smoothly? Because our business is about you. We care about your experience. We care about your success. And accordingly, the department that event this evening is the Department of Student Services that combines two arms, the Department of Student Success and the Department of... So right away, you can see that you or students are at the support to succeed. I want to say so that you don't have to miss work time. You can go to work and you can study at the same time. Of course, there are those who are leaving high school who will be joining our College of Occupational and Applied Studies. Some of you might not have taken on responsibilities of employment as yet. And so many of you will be joining us in person, face to face during the days. And we have a nurturing team to guide you and to support you along the way to ensure that you are able to make the transition from high school to university smoothly. And in particular, to be able to take that first step, which is to register and to select your modules. Speaking about flexibility, we offer both in-person and online modalities so that persons are able to benefit from both the synchronous real-time classes engagement as well as the asynchronous modalities where you can access the lessons negative consequences of Hurricane Melissa. Having chosen to continue your studies or to pursue your studies, notwithstanding the challenges that you may have had, is a bold step, and it signals that you are determined to succeed, and we are there to support you to ensure that that becomes the reality. So for the rest of the evening's program, I want you to pay attention closely to the information that will be provided to you so that you'll be able to reap the full benefits of the information. You know, they say knowledge is power. When you know what to do, half the battle is already won, when you know exactly what to do. And so we are providing our expert team, our caring team, to provide you, sir, information so that you'll be able to make the right selection of modules and you'll be able to access the benefits that are here, both in terms of scholarships and other forms of support that we offer to ensure that you'll have a good student life experience. So once again, welcome to the UCC family and all the very best for your success as you navigate this phase of your career development journey in pursuing your studies here at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Once again, welcome.
Thank you so much, Professor Giles, for your continuous wisdom and vision steering the ship forward through these very trying times. Up next is someone some of you probably met on your journey to becoming UCC students, the dynamic, tireless, and always friendly recruitment manager, Miss Donna Hunter. She will guide you through wrapping up the final recruitment steps as we prepare to hand you over to the next stages of your student life. Miss Hunter, please take it away.
Good evening, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the UCC community. And this is one of our pre-registration sessions that we constantly invite our prospective students to join. I am Donna M. Hunter, Recruitment and Enrollment Manager, and you would have met myself or members of the recruitment and enrollment team. So this evening, I want to quickly go through the process of onboarding through the recruitment department and to provide much needed guidance as you start this new journey in your academic pursuit. So the recruitment and enrollment department, we are tasked with the most important job of the university. And that is providing you with the necessary information as you start your application and processing journey. And so when it comes on to program information, assisting you with completing your applications, reviewing and providing updates on your application status, providing you with support in uploading your documents, as well as providing you with information to complete your registration, that is the recruitment and enrollment department. Now, on screen, we do have other registration dates that you are invited to join, and you are also invited to join persons who you know who are interested in starting their educational pursuit as well. So we do have a number of registration dates coming up, and why I'm pausing here is because many of our prospects believe that once they miss a registration date, that is it for them. But I want to remind you that we have several sessions coming up. The DSS department will communicate with you as well as the recruitment department. And one of the most important sessions that I want you to pay attention to is the face-to-face session that is coming up on December 7th. If you miss that date, you do have 2 other dates to complete your registration. So I'm going to be talking with you about the traditional associate degree, the occupational associate degree, and the bachelor's degree program this evening. And I'm going to pay specific attention to the registration process to help you navigate what you are now stepping into, which is the UCC community, which is by large new to many persons. As you feel a little bit anxious, stepping out and trying to get all the information that you need to quickly complete your process. The first thing you need to do is to complete your application. Many times, prospective students ask questions regarding program start dates, program information. And while we are here to provide you with the guidance, it is best if you book an appointment with the recruitment team, or if you have decided on your program, you can go ahead and complete your application. Make sure you submit your application when completed, and all our applications are located on our website. If you meet the requirements for your program, you will receive an acceptance offer, and you must sign and return this offer. The admissions team will speak more later on about the admission process and what exactly the steps that you need to do to ensure that you secure your place here at the UCC. Once admitted into your program, you are then to move on to your course selection. I'm going to speak a little bit more about that later on. This is one important step that our prospective students sometimes miss, the upload of your documents. And so if you have submitted your application and you had a little bit of trouble on the website to upload, you can always upload your documents, and an email would have been sent to you by the application system. Utilize that portal and ensure that you submit your documents timely to facilitate processing. Now, I know you're very anxious, and sometimes you complete your application at, say, 5:30 this evening, and you're looking for a response tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We ask that you give the admissions office between 3 to 7 business days to allow them to review your application and to provide you with a response. And if this time has passed, meaning you know you have submitted your application and you haven't heard from the admissions department, guess what? Which department should you then speak with for assistance? Recruitment and Enrollment Department will assist you in terms of reviewing your application and ensuring that same is in the admissions office being processed. Not moving. So this is you. So you have completed your application, you have submitted your documents. What's next? We do have for you an application status check, which is located on our website. All you have to do is to visit this link that you're seeing there on the screen, put in your email address, and you will be able to receive a feedback on your application. Do not worry if the response from that application checker indicates that it's not locating an application. This could mean that when you submitted your application, there was something that was missing, and so it is redirecting you to the Recruitment and Enrollment Department. Please take note of the information that you'll be provided with when you submit your email to check on your status. Now, our president shared with you earlier about the nurturing that takes place at the UCC. And so the recruitment department has been inviting for the past 2 to 3 months persons to join the WhatsApp groups. And so upon completion of your application, you would have indicated which of the campus is nearest to you. And so we invite those persons who are being nurtured for spring 2026 to ensure that you become part of the community by joining one of the recruitment and enrollment WhatsApp group. If you are not in this group, you can go ahead and send us a WhatsApp message at 876-822-6838 and request a link to be added to the WhatsApp group. More than likely, you would have gotten an email from the recruitment department from support@ucc.edu.jm. Make sure you also stay updated with the information that is shared by the department. So what's next? You have put in your email in the application checker, and it comes back to say, congratulations, you have been accepted. What is your next step? Now, the first thing you need to do is to activate your Gmail and the Ryan account. The information is contained in your acceptance letter. The admissions department will go through the documents that will be attached to your acceptance package. But I'm pointing out these two. One, your Gmail is how the university will contact you going forward once you have been accepted. And your Orion account is another important point of information where you will be utilizing this for your course selection. For those persons who have not received an acceptance letter, not to worry. The recruitment department is here to assist you to navigate this process. And so, as always, we invite you to either come on campus, send us an email at support@ucc.edu.jm, or send us a WhatsApp at 876-822-6838. So I'm going to go through the steps for registration. First, you submit your application and your documents. Once you are admitted into your program of choice, you will receive your acceptance offer, and you must activate your Gmail and your Orion account. The next step in the process is the selection of your courses, after which you'll be asked to pay your tuition, and the finance department will share additional information regarding your tuition payment. And of course, the next step is to get on Moodle, and you will be then fully integrated into the UCC community. There's exciting times ahead for spring 2026. You will receive a 15% discount once you have not only signed up, not only receive an acceptance, but complete your registration. And so the SFS department will share a little bit more about this later on, which will also include our internal payment plan. The internal payment plan, many of you have been asking about this plan. And so what I want to share with you, SFS will share more later on in the presentation, is that it is not a plan to apply for. What you will have to do is pay the amounts that have been shared with you by the SFS team, and you can get on the internal payment plan. Now, many times we're asked this question: is there any way we can earn by referring other students to come to UCC? Of course you can. We do have a student referral program in which you can earn while you learn. And so details of this program is located on our website at ucc.edu.jm. You can absolutely start becoming an ambassador for the UCC starting today. So this evening we are here as the Department of Student Services get ready to have you join and integrated into the UCC community. And so what I want to share with you, in addition to what I just shared on screen about the process of registration, is that once you have been accepted, once you complete or accept the offer being sent to you by the admissions department, you are now over to the academic team to guide you in your course selection, as well as completing your registration process. So this is a very important step that many students miss. Once you receive your acceptance package, you must activate your Gmail, activate your Orion account, and you then complete your offer by accepting it and returning it to the admissions department for you now to move on to the course selection. Now, over by the DSS department, there are some amazing things happening in our school community. And I'm sure there is a community in terms of a club and society there for you to join. And so when you have these presentations, we ask you to make sure you join, and I'm sure you'll receive additional information. Many of our prospective students are daunted. They don't know who to call, they don't know where to go, they don't know really how to access our services, especially if you are applying from one of our regional campuses and you want to get through to, say, the admissions department in Kingston. What we're going to ask you to do is to visit our website and ensure that you utilize our help desk. Our help desk provides you with all our departments, program coordinators, administrative staff, even recruitment and enrollment to assist you in navigating this process. The recruitment department, we are available at all our campuses: Kingston, Montego Bay, Maypen, Ocho Rios, Mandeville. And guess what? If you are an international applicant, you can also contact us by the numbers that you see there on our screen. The recruitment department stands ready to assist you in starting and, of course, continuing and completing your journey here at the UCC. we ask that you give yourself this opportunity to take this next step. Yes, it's a big step, but it's a step we know you will not regret. Start the new year with a degree program from the UCC. I want to thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Hunter. Students, if you didn't feel welcomed, I'm sure you do now. Thank you very much. Recruitment always stands guard and ready to serve. Next, we have someone who ensures your academic life actually begins on paper, literally. Please welcome Mrs. Rob Duncan, who will speak on admissions, acceptance letters, and receiving your ID numbers. Mrs. Rob Duncan.
Good evening, everyone. As Mr. Toller said, I am Tamari Rob Duncan, and I'm here to speak on the process of receiving your acceptance packages. So to start, Ms. Hunter mentioned how you go through the application process. After completing the application process, we would issue you an acceptance package. Within that acceptance package is a placement of a response form, information on how you can apply to the student loan, as well as other information that you would need in terms of activating your student email account and your Aorian account. So that's the student management system that we use here at UCC. So once you receive the acceptance package, look at the top of the acceptance letter. There will be your ID number. If you are a brand new student, your ID number will start with 2026. If you are not a new student, if say for instance you have taken a leave of absence, depending on how long that leave of absence has been, you will retain your ID number. So you could have started in, say for example, 2020 or 2023, and you took a leave of absence for a year or, 2 years or something like that, we will give you back the same ID number. So it will start with a 2023 or other year that you started. Some of the other things that I would like to touch on for persons who might not necessarily be new. If you have started at UCC before, we would need to have some time to review your previous account. So if you did some courses, we would refer you to your HOD or program coordinators. Ms. Hunter touched on that, and they will guide you through the rest of the process. You will see that some of the courses will be placed in your acceptance letter to say that you have been given advanced standing for those courses. If there are any queries in relation to that, you can reach out to your HOD, your program coordinator, or to the admissions unit. If you're coming from another institution, for example, an institution overseas, you may be required to submit your transcript, well, a copy of your transcript here at UCC. Once you've submitted that transcript, we will use it to issue a provisional acceptance letter until your transcript has been reviewed by the University Council of Jamaica. So for international students, that's an additional layer for you in the admissions process. If you're a local student or you have attended any of our institutions within Jamaica, what we will do is get a copy of your transcript, do an evaluation of it, and then we will include what we refer to as advanced standing, courses for advanced standing, in your acceptance letter. So if you have attended an institution, a tertiary institution prior to now, it would be very crucial for you to provide that information up front to the admissions unit to aid us in our decision-making processes. Any queries that you have in relation to our processes, you can email us at uccadmissions@ucc.edu.jm. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rob Duncan. Now, this next segment is important because university life is more than classes and assignments. It's about support, resources, and knowing someone has your back. To walk you through the UCC student experience and how support services will help keep you on track, please welcome our student support supervisor, Miss Chevelle Hilton.
Good day, everyone. So welcome to our pre-registration session for the Spring 2026 semester. My name is Chevelle Hilton, as mentioned before, and I'm representing the Department of Student Support Services. And today, I'll be guiding you through the key services, supports, and opportunities available to you as UCC students. And our goal is to ensure a smooth start to the term and help you understand how student services supports your journey and onboarding to graduation. At the Department of Student Affairs, everything we do is centered around enhancing your student experience. We provide academic, personal, and social support, encouraging student engagement and wellness, and make sure you're connected to the full range of resources UCC offers. From the moment you begin your program to the day you graduate, our department is here to guide, support, and empower you. Our vision is to excel in providing an outstanding student experience with clear guidance and strong support systems. Our mission focuses on creating a seamless onboarding process and helping you academically and personally. We aim to offer accessible resources, effective communication, and supportive pathways that prepare you for the education and your career. Academic advisement is one of our core services. We help you understand your curriculum, your credit requirements, and your course selections. We'll also guide you through the Orion platform, which is our student management system, and the UCC Online or Moodle platform, which is our learning management system. You can book advising appointments with your program coordinators and our team monitors, who will always look out for you to see that you are on the right path and to keep you on track. Academic advisement is also available across all our campuses: the Kingston campus, Mandeville, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and Mapen campuses, and of course, our online students. We support all schools, colleges, and colleges within UCC, including the Business, Behavioral Sciences, the Mathematics and Science Department, the Occupational Studies, and of course, the Graduate Studies Department. Student support, we also focus on your personal well-being, because if your personal well-being is not taken care of, then your educational well-being is going to be at stake. And this includes counseling and psychological support. We have chaplaincy services, prayer and meditation, time management sessions, and of course, our mental health related referrals. We also assist students who may be at risk academically or personally, ensuring you have every tool needed to succeed. So along with your personal well-being, your physical well-being is also equally important. And DSS ensures you have access to accident insurance. We have a sick bay, and we have services at the Kingston campuses. We also have scheduled nurses who work on different days. And we have first aid supporters who are trained at all our campuses. We have emergency procedures in place, educational initiatives like the Menstrual Cupboard Initiative, and we also do partnerships for special medical references where applicable. We also believe that our students should experience just everything beyond academics. And so DSS coordinates a range of student engagement activities, from the clubs and societies here, the wellness workshop, expos, and some of you may experience some of these expos firsthand at our orientation coming up. We also have cultural activities and academic and professional events. And these experiences will help you build your community, build your professional life, and also help you academically. Our campus is very vibrant, and so we have a number of clubs and societies that you can get engaged in. And we have the IT club, the Toastmasters, debate drama club. We recently had a gentleman club, and when you come on board, of course, you can create your own club based on the niche that you have. We also have our athletic side, and UCC continues to grow in that arena, including our recent Intercol bronze medal and our home game football victory. We also support recreational activities where we have our sports day, which is very exciting each time. We engage in the Sigma runs, the pink runs, and all of those things which keep you engaged, not just academically, professionally, but physically. DSS helps you access scholarships and financial aid, and these include our internal UCC Foundations Awards and our external options, such as the PAT program, the JAMVAT, the ART NSTA, and we also have the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information and Skills, where you can also apply for financial assistance. And we encourage all of you to explore these opportunities and to apply early. You can visit our intranet by just clicking in the server UCC intranet DSS, and you'll be able to access all of those information. We also have the Student Council, and the Student Council is the voice of our students. Each year, a new team is formed to represent your interests and to advocate on your behalf and support all student involvement across the campuses. So we have representatives on the Student Council team from all campuses island-wide. And being a part of the Student Council builds your leadership skills and communication skills, and it also gives you the opportunity to voice on behalf of your fellow peers, just to represent them. Our students with disabilities. So at UCC, we ensure that students with disabilities receive the support and accommodations they need. We treat them just as we will treat our regular students. However, we provide resources for their mental, physical, sensory, and intellectual development disabilities. And we also help the students to request reasonable accommodations to enhance their academic experiences by speaking to the lecturers, ensuring that everything is covered for their examinations and that they are taken care of. The Alumni Association, which is, of course, when you graduate. However, they have a number of events and so forth going on the school compound that you can get involved in. And these involve mentorship opportunities, scholarship opportunities, outreach opportunities, professional development, and a network system, because of course you need to build your network from you are in the school system so that when you go out, you have a number of experience to go by. So we also have the customer care unit, which provides a centralized system for handling student queries and complaints. And we know that on a day-to-day basis, you may contact the university just to get information because, you know, probably you need something urgently, or, you know, you're trying to reach out and you're not getting through. And so there is a section on our platform where you can just type in the customer service and the customer service care unit, and you will be able to see the student resolution request form, and you can, of course, complete it, and we will follow up with you in a timely manner, of course. So this ensures that you get information faster, that you get all that you need to get through to be in school come January. So we now have the career development, and this is essential for your success after graduation. And DSS offers resume and interview preparation. We have weekly postings of jobs internally, externally. We have student worker programs, so you can always apply to be a student worker, and you are able to get enough contribution for your personal benefit and for your tuition as well. And we have mock interviews, career fairs, and we have a lot of virtual lab sessions. The work and travel program is also there, and we have those type of events on campus all the time that gives you the information that you need. We also offer psychometric career assessments to help you guide your career path. So when you come in, maybe you are unsure of what you want to do, maybe you started a program and you want to switch, we have the guidance for you in DSS. And then we have documentation support. So we assist you with going through the right channels to get your documents processed and so forth. So in regards to your transcripts, your status letters, your reference letters, your statements of references from the financial department, if you are making a request you're not getting through, then DSS is always there to help you. We also know that DSS is here to see you, our new students, succeed. And we support a smooth university transition from the beginning to the end. And we help you with your academic guidance, your wellness, your social involvement. And we build on your career preparation and just how to navigate and balance university life with your personal life. So our aim, of course, is to make your journey at UCC a successful and fulfilling one. And you can contact us. Our information is on the screen. You can contact us at any point and we'll get back to you via email or telephone call. If you need additional information, of course, you can reach out in the chat and we can give that to you. So thank you for taking the time to join us today. And we look forward to working with you through the spring 2026 term and beyond. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Miss Hilton. Always reassuring, always helpful. Students, these are the people who you call when Moodle locks you out at the worst possible times ever. I'm kidding. No, I know what that would cause. I know what that would mean. No, that's actually the online department, not DSS. But don't worry, we're still there. We will always support any which way we can. I'm speaking from experience at this moment. All right, students, this next step is where the excitement really begins. Choosing your courses. To guide you through course selection and meeting your program coordinators, we welcome the Dean of Business Administration, Mrs. Sonia Davidson. They say she's a queen bee, you know?
Welcome, 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 everyone. You have made the right decision to come to UCC. So you are here to do an academic journey that starts with choosing courses, meeting lecturers, engaging with DSS, and having a wonderful time here while you're getting your degree done. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that you need to do to prepare yourselves to select the courses that you will do for the coming semester. So, in addressing the undergraduate students, you are coming to UCC to do either a bachelor's degree program or an associate degree program. At UCC, we try to make sure that we have a timetable that's flexible so that there's a convenient class time for you to attend. Our classes are either face-to-face, online, or blended, where some classes are on campus, some classes you do online. So you see how flexible we are in trying to make sure that you get through the journey as conveniently as possible. But to help you along the way, in our academic affairs department, we have our program coordinators that Mrs. Hunter would have mentioned before, right? They are your advisors to help you through going through your curriculum for your degree program. And we also have our faculty, or lecturers, who are here to help you, mentor you, and to get you through any difficulties or challenges you may be having. So how are we going to get ready? First, we need to understand the systems that we use here at UCC. We have 3 interchangeable systems that you're going to be required to engage with. The first one was mentioned by Mrs. Rob Duncan, the Student Management System, AORIAN. This is where you are going to select your courses after the admissions unit has set up your profile on that student management system. Everything to do with your records are done on that AORIAN system. So you are going to be required to engage with that system. And this is where you're going to select your courses. This is where you will see your profile, your transcript, everything to do with your journey academically is in the AORIAN system. Ms. Hilton mentioned the Moodle Learning Management System. This is where you're going to engage with your lecturers. This is where you're going to find your course syllabus. You will see the resources that your lecturers have put up. You will get your assignments from your lecturers, and this is where you will respond to those assignments as you go through your journey here with us. And the third one is when you're doing an online class, we use the Zoom platform to do so. So UCC has a licensed Zoom account, and you will meet your lecturers in a Zoom room once you're doing an online class. So these are the three systems that you're going to be engaging with here at UCC. So to start the registration process, as Rob Duncan mentioned that your acceptance letter is going to have instructions about the student management system, and it will also have instructions as to how to activate your student email account. Once you have been accepted and you confirm that acceptance, we no longer correspond with you through personal emails. You are assigned a UCC student email account, and that is how we correspond with you once you are a full student here with us. So you need to follow the instructions in that acceptance package, activate your AORIAN account, and also your student email account. So the link to get to the AORIAN site for UCC is displayed on the screen, aorian.ucc.edu.jm from your web browser. And the screen will come up where you have to enter your UCC ID number and your date of birth in a particular order. Once you do that under the account activation link, you're going to see another screen come up with some instructions for you to fill in some boxes. And as you go through the process, it will take you through fully activating your AORIAN account. So this is very important, right? Once you have activated that AORIAN account, it's now time to activate your student email account. You go back into that AORIAN account that you have activated, and you'll see on the dashboard, My Info as a link. When you click that My Info link, you will see the student email address that you have been assigned. Click on that email address. Again, it's going to open up a box, and you just follow the instructions to activate your student email account. So those two things are very important steps to take before you can start registering for any courses for the upcoming semester. Now for registration, we have a normal registration period that starts from the current semester and takes you over into just before the new semester starts. Our registration period spans about 2 months, so you have time to properly do things. The normal registration period then has an opening and closing date, and during that time, you are able to do your course selections and ensure that you have sorted out your payment arrangements to be fully registered. Within that period, we have a little incentive for you called the early bird period. And if you register within the early bird period, you are able to get discounts on your tuition. So please take advantage and get registered in the early bird period of registration. So what are the registration steps? Very simply, just work with me here, all right? The first thing you have to do is look in your acceptance package, and you will see in that letter who your program coordinator or advisor is, all right? You make contact with that advisor. Their information is on the intranet, as Ms. Hilton says. And once you make contact with that coordinator or advisor, you will be guided through what are the courses you need to do in your first semester, right? Those courses are going to be based on what's called a curriculum map. The curriculum map displays all the courses that you are required to do for your degree program, and those courses are listed in the order that they should be done. So we're laying it out for you. Everything is laid out for you. You have a roadmap to work with. But you have to work with your program coordinator or advisor to ensure that you're selecting the correct courses as you go through your program. The reason for this is that some of the courses you will do are termed prerequisites for another course further down in the program. So it's very important that you follow that list in your curriculum map and make sure that you are choosing the correct courses for the semester. So, going back again to Iran, remember this is where you're going to do your course selections and get registered. So you're going to log in back into your Iran account, right? And you're going to see a link that says begin registration. You click that link, it's going to open up another box and take you through the process of registering for your courses. So once your coordinator has shared with you the courses that you should be doing, you are going to be required to go to the Iran system and select the courses. You will see you have to choose the semester, the campus, and you're doing undergraduate. So you will see a drop-down box, and you select the correct information for the semester that we're going into, and so on. You will then get another box now with a list, long list of courses, all the courses that are on the schedule for that semester. And so you are now going to choose the courses that your program coordinator advised you to take. In searching for your course, you're going to use the course code. Some courses may have names that are kind of similar, so the distinguishing feature is the course code. So be very careful when you're selecting your courses that you search using the course code. And you will see on the screen, I've given an example, ENG 109, which is Academic Writing 1. Once you do the search for the course code, you're going to see a list of the dates and times that that course is available for you. And it's your choice. You select the class time that is convenient for you. And you will do this for all the courses that your advisor has told you that you should do for the semester. Once you have finished doing that, right, you need to start checking your student email account for the approval from your advisor. Once you have the approval from your advisor, then it's time to sort out your payment arrangements. So you engage with your campus managers, or you engage with our Student Financial Services Department to sort out your financial arrangements. Once you have paid, whether it's a deposit, if you're going on a payment plan, or if you've paid in full, you're going to be required to upload that receipt to the portal where your course registration is being done, right? Because your registration is not completed until some form of payment arrangement is made, it is the Student Financial Services Department or your campus manager that finalizes your profile to say you have completed all the steps for registration and you are now registered. So the Student Financial Services Department or your campus manager, if you're in the regions, they're the ones who confirm that you've completed the registration steps and you are fully registered. How do you know you're registered? We go back to the Orion account again, all right? And there's a link that says check registration status. Once you click on that link, you're gonna see the screen come up. And if you're fully registered, it will be green. Say you're registered, yay, ready to go. And all the courses that you are registered for are displayed so you can see your timetable and know when you have classes, all right? If you check and you're not registered, then of course you can reach out to your advisor or reach out to DSS for them to do, a little help on your part to find out what's happening with the process, all right? Remember, you're not registered until a payment arrangement is made and SFS or your campus manager has registered you in the system. Once you are fully registered, that is when your registration is transferred onto the Moodle Learning Management System and you get access to your courses and the resources. That takes about 2 or 3 days, but important thing is to get registered early so that the process can be smooth. Your curriculum map is customized for you. Please don't share your map with anyone else. We all come in with different credentials. Some of us get advanced standings, as Mrs. Rob Duncan mentioned, so you cannot share your curriculum map. Your program coordinator or your advisor is going to customize your map for you based on the credentials that you came in with and how you're going to move through your degree program. This is very, very important. And the big one, anybody told you about the student handbook? Right? It's free, free. It's on the website. It's your Bible for your academic journey here. Please make sure that you start to read your student handbook. It's a PDF file. It's on the website. Start to get familiar with that handbook. It has in all the steps, everything you need to know as a student to get you through this journey very easily. Thank you so much. Welcome again. You have made the right choice to come to UCC.
Thank you, Mrs. Davidson. I told you, they call her the Queen Bee, obviously for a reason. Always clear, helpful, and making course selection feel like picking gifts instead of assignments. Now, let's hear from one of your own, because it's a UCC. We're not just about telling you how to do it. We want to show you that you can actually do it yourself. So a student who has walked the path you're about to embark on, please welcome Miss Kalia Phillips, who will share her story about simple self-selection and navigating her UCC journey. Miss Kalia Phillips. By the way, I taught Kalia, so I'm just a big up on herself right now.
A pleasant night to everyone online. A pleasant night to those in the room with me. How are we all? I hope that we are feeling excited about our new journey or your new journey into the UCC family. I would be somewhat of your older sister. As Mr. Toller said, my name is Kalia Phillips. I am a fourth-year IT student pursuing my bachelor's degree in information technology, and I've been here since, 2022. So I know a couple things well about self-selection, about how to navigate the modules, and I am here as your older sister to ensure that some of the mistakes that caught me back then don't have to catch you. Now, one of the first things that I did that I really implore you as my fellow students to do is to understand the system that you're entering into. Each department has its own flow. Each department, each course, the way that courses are offered. Some courses are really frequent every semester of every year. And there are some that are really only offered once a year. And you have to, if you're unsure, speak to your program coordinator, speak to your lecturer, speak to your program advisor, your HOD, your head of department, the dean of your school. Just build a good relationship with them. That's what I did. I ensured that I forged a proper connection, even though we had I had various program coordinators throughout my semesters. I still went through and just built a connection to each and every one of them, and they are in the system. So they could tell me, okay, Kalia, do this course right now because you're not going to get it again. Or you can leave this course and circle it back because it's offered frequently. You see, when you're just coming into the system, you're not sure what is what, you can rely on the staff here at UCC because they want you to succeed just as much as you want yourself to succeed. As well, I've seen that the curriculum map has been repeated, and I'm not one to regurgitate, but guys, listen. I had a physical copy of my map, and I had a digital copy of my map, and both were updated semester after semester after semester. The courses that I had wanted to do 2 semesters were already picked. I mean, I remember one particular fall where the early registration period had opened for spring, and based on the courses that I saw offered in spring, I was already planning on what courses I wanted to do for the summer after. You have to, and I'm really so grateful that I had my curriculum map because when I talk to my friends from different universities, they're not always able to say the same, if you know what I'm saying. So big up one UCC for that. It was always clear, always what my next steps were, what my current course load should look like, definitely. So I think it was spoken about already. You know, you have your prerequisites, which are the courses that you need to get off as soon as possible. Some prerequisites are actually in relation to your degree courses. So I have one particular course where I had to do a general course before I could do a degree-related course. And if I wasn't paying attention to my curriculum map, I would have missed it and it would have seriously delayed my trajectory. You also have these lovely things called electives where you can choose to, specialize in something that your department is offering that may not necessarily be on your map. For associate students, I believe it is 2. For bachelor students, I believe it is 4. So I took my electives and I did research into some additional courses that I met some really strong friends and I learned some really good concepts. You have general education courses, things like introduction to sociology, introduction to psychology, politics, you have to do a language, so on and so forth. Now listen, I at first did not see the value of doing general courses, but they come in clutch. Sometimes you cannot be so tunnel-minded and tunnel-visioned that your only business is about your degree when you have these interesting courses that teach you about the world around you, teach you about yourself, and can actually help you further develop yourself in your field. And then, of course, the degree-related courses are just the ones that make up the majority of your curriculum map. Please do not delay when doing them. You don't know when you'll see them because sometimes they are not offered as frequently as gen courses. Now, Ms. Davidson did speak about the map and how it is really important to follow the map. And yes, I am a big believer in that, don't get me wrong, but the map isn't always set in stone. Sometimes based on how things are offered that particular semester, maybe how you're feeling mentally, maybe how the pocket are run, the map may be saying, hey, take 5 courses and boy, you can only afford 3. Do the 3 that you can. Do the 3 most important courses. This is why priority was so important for me. It is critical to know what you need to get done by a certain time because a gen course can be done at any point during your semester, during your academic journey at large. But that 1 degree course that you haven't seen in 2 semesters, get it out of the way. So yes, learn your map, hug up your map, read and understand your map, But understand that sometimes, based on circumstances, you need to focus on what is priority and make sure that you schedule for other courses to be done other times. Scheduling problems. Listen, you're going to get, UCC has this very wide, vast selection of course times available to you. I've had courses in the morning, courses in the day, courses in the evening, courses in the night, courses on a weekend, courses in the week. And I'm really appreciative to my university for providing that sort of flexibility. But sometimes, let me tell you what will catch you. You have a course that you need to do, and it's only one section offered, and it runs late in the night. They've done the best they can, but that's the only time they can offer it. Take the course, use 2 clothespin, keep up your eye, and just do the course. You'll be fine. What I like to do is balance out some gen courses that are in the day, so I'm not fully strained with night courses. So that's my little tip for scheduling problems. Sometimes you can avoid them, and when you can, choose for your flexibility. But when you can't, bite your tongue and push through. Early registration is key. The very Monday after early registration is open, I am at my program coordinator's desk. I'm asking for advice. I'm telling them these are the courses I want to do. What can you do for me? Ensure that they're very familiar with my face. They can always tell. I'll visit them like 2 weeks before registration and be like, so are we ready? Because you're going to see me in a little bit. Early registration is extremely important. The earlier that you select your courses is the better for you. I like to say that the early bird may not get the most worms, but get the best worms. What happens to some of my friends is that when they wait until normal or even late registration, don't always get the chance to do the courses that they need because the classes are filled. Or maybe they won't get a particular lecturer that they really mesh with because his or her class is filled. I don't have the time for that. I ensure that I get the courses that I want, the lectures that I want where possible, and I get that done early. And how do I get that done? Early registration. Of course, seek advice, seek community. One thing that I did as a younger IT student was I would friend up all of my older IT students and ask them about these courses on my map. Be like, guys, is this a really hard course? And they'll tell me, Kalia, it's not a hard course, but it has a lot of content. Or it is a hard course, prepare yourself. And that is what building community and seeking advice from the community can do for you. So I was able to better structure to say, okay, you know, the advice from the students, and I mixed that with the advice from my program coordinators, and I have been set since 2022. What I've learned about myself, I've learned that I really enjoy controlling the things that I can. I have to admit it. And program selection or self-module selection has really opened that for me. I've understand that, yes, there are some things that I can manage, some things that I can't, some things that I can, you know, push the boundaries and try and handle, some things that I've had to bite my tongue, some things that I've had an abundance with. And that's one of the things I really like about my university, because when we say that you will get a broad set of experiences, you will get a broad set of experiences. But one thing for sure, people like Mr. Tolo, Ms. Hilton, the various people that presented tonight, we are all here for you. We all want to ensure that your journey is as smooth as mine was, even smoother. And that is my presentation on my experience with self-module selection. Thank you all for having me tonight.
I would ask you, Kalia, who taught you again? Thank you, Kayla. I'm really, really proud of you. Real, honest, and inspiring. Students, take notes because this is the wisdom you can't find on Google. Kayla says, what can you do for me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to that point now. What everybody cares about, money, payments, fees, registration. Don't worry, we're keeping it stress-free. And as you are getting to meet us here at the Department of Student Services, I'd like for you to help me welcome our Student Success Supervisor, Mr. Anil Dow, who will walk you through everything related to payments and getting fully registered. Sir Dow.
All right, our prospective students, thank you so much for joining us this evening. So let's talk about what it will take to commit to this academic journey financially. So from the Department of Student Financial Services, we're here to provide some of our services, as you can currently see on screen, in assisting with tuition cost, available options through SLB or Student Loan Bureau. You're able to submit an application on the SLB website, and it will take you through the SLB process. It's important to note that once you have submitted an application, you will be registered once you're at status C or status D, right? So it's important that you submit your SLB application and get to status C or status D to get registered for spring 2026. SFS provides invoices and financial statements. We'll get to see what those look like in a bit. Various payment options, we'll get to look at that. And insights and clarity in terms of completing your registration. Now, the tuition cost for spring 2026 is as follows. So for classes, whether it be online or face-to-face, the cost for a 3-credit module is 47,000 Jamaican dollars. For cost of 1-credit module, there's only one credit module at UCC, which is Orientation to University Life, that is 16,000 Jamaican dollars. And for foundation courses, this is like an equivalent to CSEC, which may include Introduction to Physics, Core Math, English for academic purposes, and so on. The cost for that is 23,500. Finally, the miscellaneous fee is prorated, the cost of 15,000 Jamaican dollars. And how the miscellaneous fee would work, it's once you make this deposit in January of 20, or by January 7, 2026, then that carries you to the end of the 2025-2026 academic year, which ends in August. Then you'll pay a new miscellaneous fee that runs annually from September to August of the following year, right? So you pay your miscellaneous fee once each academic year, right? So we'll take a look at how you calculate your tuition for those of us who are opting for payment plan options. Earlier on, the recruitment team, through Mrs. Davidson, through Ms. Hunter, would have shared on how to take full advantage of discounts. But if you're unable to commit to that full amount at that time, then you can take advantage of the payment options that exist. Now, the payment options provide for you to take at minimum 3 courses, taking 30% of that amount, plus your miscellaneous fee to complete your registration. So in this example, the cost per course being 47,000 times 3 courses equals 141,000, plus your annual miscellaneous fee gives you a total tuition of $156,000. In order to calculate the payment plan option, what you will do is take 30% of the tuition cost, which is currently 42,300, add your miscellaneous fee, and then you'll pay that deposit of 30% plus the miscellaneous fee by close of registration, which is January 7, 2026. Once you have paid that deposit by January 7, 2026, then you have 3 months to complete your payment, which is the 28th of each month, which would have been January 28, February 28, and you complete the payment of your balance by March 28, 2026. My apologies. So it's 3 equal installments, January 28, February 28, March 28, 2026. Now, something that's really exciting for you to be a part of the UCC community, we're offering 15% discount to all students, all new students. What you will do is, in step 1, where you've selected your courses, take at least 3 courses. And what you will do in step 2, you'll see your total tuition costs, so the cost of your foundation courses, Orientation to University Life, the 3-credit modules, and you'll take 15% of that as a discounted amount, add your miscellaneous fee to it, and once you're able to submit that payment by January 7, 2026, meaning you pay for all of your courses, for the courses that you selected by January 7, 2026, then you're able to take advantage of that 15% discount. So it's only applicable once you pay in full for the 3 courses at minimum that you select by January 7, 2026. The payment plan option that we looked at earlier on, it's 30% of the tuition plus your miscellaneous fee. You pay that deposit by the same January 7, 2026, and then you have 3 months, January 28, February 28, and March 28, 2026 to complete your payments. This is an example of an invoice. You may request an invoice from sfs@ucc.edu.jm. That is sfs@ucc.edu.jm to get an invoice. Now, the invoice will reflect one of two options. Either you're a full-time student carrying 10 courses, or 15 credits per semester, amounting to 30 credits for the academic year, or you would take the part-time option where you're doing 3 courses per semester, amounting to 27 credits for the academic year. So once you get those two options based on your enrollment status, being a full-time student or a part-time student, you add your miscellaneous fee and you can project your tuition for the academic year going forward. This is an example of a financial statement. In this case, you're able to see on the debit side the cost per course. On the credit side would have been payments each that you make from your financial transactions. And on the right, you'll be seeing the balance, or the running balance. At the very bottom of the screen where you're seeing the $35,000, it means that you have a balance owing, and we'll try to prevent that as much as possible. It's important that we pay our tuition as they're due. However, if you are able to pay in advance for the tuition, then you will have a credit on your account. In this example, you're seeing a credit of $10,500. There are various payment options that are available on Aorian. You can use by a credit card, debit card, that's available. You have BNS Online, which is you going to the Bank of Nova Scotia portal. You go to the bill payment option. Your bank account is your student ID number. The same applies for your NCB, JN, and any cash deposits would have been at JN Money Shop. At no point in time do you carry cash on campus. Tuition is not covered using cash. You must use a digital modality, either at the cashier or any of the payment options reflected on screen. Google is your friend. So if at this point you're unable to, remember the information, you can Google UCC pay tuition, and you'll get to see the options for making your tuition payments online. Now, SFS is available at the following extensions on screen. Once you dial the main number, which is 876-906-3000, and the following extensions is from 3920 all the way to 4036. SFS is also available on the live chat, which is this blue message box that appears on the UCC website, or available on Aorian. So once you Google UCC Jamaica and you go on the Aorian website, you'll be able to see a blue message box on the lower right-hand side of your screen. Here you're able to speak with an SFS agent Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's like talking with a human being. So you don't need credit to call. All you need is just access to internet to speak with one of our SFS agents. If you have any questions, you can direct them to studentaffairs@ucc.edu.jm if we're unable to take them by the chat. Thank you so much, and I'll hand over back to Mr. Tallo.
Great job, Mr. Dow. Thank you very, very much. I mean, I would think you work in SFS, but you don't. You're with us in DSS. Thank you very much, Mr. Dow. I really appreciate you. See, aren't you lucky? Aren't you fortunate? You're coming to a university that cares about you and primarily you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is that part of the session where I want to thank you. I want to thank each presenter, each team. I know Miss Hunter and her team is over there busy in the chat, answering everybody, making sure everybody's clear. So we had a question and answer that was already answered before we even had the actual segment, which is great. And of course, as Mr. Dow reiterated, I will also reiterate that if you have any further questions, anything you're uncertain about, please feel free to reach out to us at studentaffairs@ucc.edu.jm. We have an able-bodied team that's ready to handle all your queries. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of President Colin Giles and the rest of the university team, we want to thank you for showing up, being engaged, and taking charge of your academic journey. And as for me, I know we are definitely looking forward to serving you. See you in spring 2026.